What's up YouTube, this is Kamal13420 and this is my deck profile on DDDs. Now since the holidays are starting to come now, you know, Christmas is literally round the corner, I figured I'd give you guys a deck profile. And now that I will have a bit of time on my hands for a while, the reason why I picked DDs is purely because they're actually quite good. I like how they can just keep recurring stronger monsters on field and be able to get over anything. Hopefully wait for the support to come up so I can update this deck. So yeah, let's go on with the deck profile. Starting with, we're playing one DD savant galilei. His effect isn't that good. When the new support comes out, I'll probably just be taking him out altogether. His pendulum effect basically is you cannot pendulum summon monsters except for DD monsters. The effects cannot be negated. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can increase this card's pendulum scale by 2, max 10, then destroy all monsters you control with levels less than or equal to this card's pendulum scale except DD monsters. So that effect is kind of useless because you play pure DDs unless you're playing extra deck. And his basic monster effect is basically you can send him from your hand to bounce a DD contract from your field to your hand. You're going to use the effect once per turn. Next we're playing triple DD Kepler. Kepler's effect is when he's normal, special summoned, you get to activate one of the effects. Also his pendulum effect is the same as galilei, but it's backwards, I think. You can target one of the DD cards you control and return it to your hand, and you can add one dark contract card from your deck to your hand. Really good to search out the dark contract with the gate. The next ones I play triple DDD Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. His effect's really good. His effect field effect is if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one DDD monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can use the effect of him once per turn, and once per turn you contribute one other DD monster, then target one monster your opponent controls and banish it. That card is really good purely because it gets rid of problem cards. So that's really good just to banish things, and banishing things this format's really good. And he can respawn a lot of DD monsters when you start getting things off. And I'm going to show you a quick combo video after this. The next monster we play is 3 DDD Rebel King Leonidas. This card is actually quite expensive. I recommend you pick these up quickly. His effect's quite decent. His pendulum effect is if you take effect damage, except during the damage step, you can destroy this card. If you do, any effect damage that would inflict damage to a player increases the life points instead. His hand effect is like a gauze, is if you take effect damage, except during a damage step, you can special summon him from your hand, and for the rest of, and while he's on the field, you just don't take any effect damage, which is really good. So if you're going up against any weird burn decks, that you won't take any damage. It's really helpful when you have the contracts on field, because the contracts burn you for 1,000 for each standby phase. So having him on field, if you don't have the Oracle King to protect you. 2 Berformet, just to change the levels of another DD monster. You can only use the effect once per turn, unfortunately. Berformet's okay. Next one we played 2 slimes, 2 Necro Slime, and then 3 Swirl Slime. Swirl Slime basically his effect is he allows you to fusion summon a DD monster from your deck, from the extra deck, by using him as a fusion material as well as another DD monster in your hand. So it's really good. Necro Slime's effect is the same, but it activates in grave, so you can banish instead. Slime has another nice effect, is you can banish him from the grave, special summon the DD monster from your hand, and then that's another combo I will go into in a while. And that's it for the monsters. Spells, I play triple Dark Contract with a Gate. This is very important for searching out your DD monsters. During your main phase, you can add one DD monster from your deck to your hand. So if you want to go for a fusion, you can search out a Swirl Slime or Switch out a Swirl Slime or a Kepler. Fortunately, you can't search out the bigger guys because it says just DD monsters. And of course, all the contracts burn you for 1,000 during your standby phase. We played 2 Dark Contract with the Swamp King. It's basically polymerization. It's a continuous polymerization for DD monsters. You can also banish DD monsters in grave and hand as the substitute, as well as for a fusion substitute, and bring out a DD monster from the extra deck. That's it for the Dark Contracts. For general spells, we play 2 MSTs, a Dark Hole, a Raigeki, a Soul Charge to bring them back, Allure of Darkness to start drawing cards again for those. So sometimes if you brick with Necro Slimes, you can just banish them, and 1 for 1 to bring out the Keplers. That's all the spells I play. Traps, I play 2 Dark Contract with the Witch. It's really good because during either player's turn, you can activate and you can send 1 DD or Dark Contract card from your hand to the graveyard and blow up a card on the field. And during your opponent's turn, all fiend type monsters you control gain 1,000. So if you're going up against Cosmos and you've got Oracle King and you need to get over a Dark Destroyer, you can just easily play this and then they become really buffed. I play 1 Dark Contract with Errors. This card kind of clogs because sometimes you don't open it. Unfortunately, it's a really good card. It's just if you open it wrong and you have no DD monsters, the card is very redundant. It's really good because it works quite well with vanities because you can negate all trap effects until the end of the next turn. But I don't have vanities in this deck at the moment. Then extra I play Contract Laundering. This card is very clutch. You never neg. It's a plus because say if you were on like 2,000 life points left and you had this set and you had like 4 dark contracts on field, and during your draw phase you're gonna get burned for 4k. You play Contract. You pop as many Dark Contract cards on your side of the field as possible. You draw cards equal to the amount that was destroyed, and you gain 1,000 life points for each. So that's why I like Contract Laundering. Unfortunately, you can't search it out. Next staple stuff, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Breakthrough, a Bottomless, and a Call the Haunted. Call the Haunted comes really clutch, especially if you've got the Oracle King in grave. That's it for the main deck. Now extra, I play triple DDD Oracle King, Diarch. Her effect is basically any effect damage you take will turn into life points. So if your opponent plays, I don't know, like Wavering Eyes, you won't lose the life points, you will gain 500. And also helps if you have the Dark Contracts on field. I played 2 DDD Wave Oblivion King Caeser Ragnarok. This card's really good because once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card, you can target one of the DD or Dark Contract card you control, return it to your hand, and if you do, you can equip 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, except for the battling monster. This card gains attack equal to the combined original attack of the monster equipped by this effect. And it's a really good effect because you can equip as many as you want. Just general stuff, the 1 DDD Wave King Caesar. If you use this effect, basically, if you detach in main phase and you enter battle phase and you attack and then mirror force you, you can basically bring them all back at the end of the battle phase, but you get burned for 1,000 for each one. But if you bring back the Oracle, you will gain life points instead because you'll take the you take the burn damage during your standby phase. So if you bring back the Oracle King after it's been destroyed, after the battle phase, you won't lose anything, you'll gain. So if you fusion summon like 3 of these, or you had 2 of these and you attack with Wave Caesar and they Mirror Force, you can bring more back. And the generic ones, also Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon, it's just another level 8. DDD Dual Dawn King Yuga, really good. It's basically a skill drain for spells and traps, stops all their effects, and it's a heavy storm. And the other effect is you can detach and bring back a contract card and set it. Generic stuff is just Samurai, Gagaga, cowboy, maestroke, cairingorgon, the anti-luminescent knight, rebellion, master of blades, and delteros. Okay, let's go into a quick combo because I don't want to take too long. Okay, so if we have a Swirl Slime, a Ragnarok, a Kepler, and a gate. Now what you're going to do, you're going to play contract with gate. You're going to search a DD monster. So say if we search a slime. Also what's good with slime is you can fusion another slime so it doesn't exclude itself, because that would counteract its own effect. So say if you had 2 slimes in hand, or you could search yourself a Necro Slime if you want to be consistent. You can basically fuse these off, bring up the Oracle King. Then you can, after you've done that, you can then normal summon the Kepler. Use Kepler's effect to search for a Dark Contract. You can play Dark Contract also just to get it on the field. Once you've done that, you can then banish the slime and special summon the Ragnarok, and then you can use Ragnarok's effect to bring back the slime, then use the Dark Contract to Swamp King to fuse both of these, and then bring out another Oracle King. So there you have it. That's a combo, and that's the DD deck profile. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, have a good Christmas, and I hope you guys enjoy yourself. Command 13420, signing out.